Yeah, brush up on my ASL.
Okay,
Are we good?
I fixed. Yeah, it was an OBS problem, but I fixed it. Thanks, OBS, for doing that.
So are we on right now?
Yes.
We're talking to the internet.
Hello,
Okay, hello
internet.
internet.
Hello, internet.
Thank you for bearing with us for that brief delay. Having a little bit of technical issues with sound from OBS. Curse you, internet. Welcome. Thank you for joining us here on Saturday. Quick kind of announcements to go through, stuff that's coming up, stuff that you might have missed, and then we'll jump into the game. So obviously we got a small crew here today, so it we'll have an intimate affair with everyone in the wake of what happened last week. But if you missed it, we've had some streams over since our last Lord's Misrule. I don't know if we did any video game streams during the week. I think you guys did some Sea of Thieves earlier in the week, so that is up or will be up on YouTube for you to watch. We did a Apex Legends stream, the first one of those. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoying that game, and I hopefully we'll be doing more in the future. We also had our last session of Wonderworld this last Thursday. Not our last session, the most recent session of Wonderworld this last Thursday. And we're more teenage superhero drama, playing the mask system there. So if you haven't caught up or if you haven't watched any of our mask streams, if you're interested, that's all up on YouTube. You can catch it from the beginning. It's a lot of fun. Ryan and I co-DM it. So we've been enjoying it. And we're sort of kind of wrapping up to the conclusion of the whole thing. So that's going to be fun over the next about month and a half. Coming up over the next week, we will have our next episode of Wild Space on Monday. Sci-fi, dungeon world, just wild antics DM'd by Ryan. And then we will have the next session or episode of Cyberscape going up next Wednesday. So I think that's basically it. And we'll have another Matropony next Thursday as well. So busy week. Make sure you check it out here on Twitch. Most stuff going up live except for Cyberscape. That'll be up on iTunes and CastBox. But yeah, I think that's basically it for everything. So buckle up and prepare for this new installment of Lord's Misrule, and we'll be right back for more Roaring 20s D&D action. And welcome back. So, as our last session concluded, we had a pretty intense turn of events last week. After following Seb's sort of rage mode destruction of Gura's gang, we had a lot of dramatic conversation as per the norm with this game, and ultimately decided to go ahead and deal with your dragon problem. There way back, only a few days for the characters, but months ago for us, the city had been attacked by the Draconisi, ousted sort of faction to this territory, and had sort of initiated this gang war by attacking and presumably killing the leaders of the four factions that were on the city. You found their location, that they were holding up in a train yard just to the south of the main Metro Gothford area, and decided with help from your respective, I guess, patrons at this point, the gang leaders that you have sort of affiliated with, you decided to finally take on this problem and find out what was going on with the dragons. You infiltrated the train yard along with Nikolai, and using a distraction created by some of his lycanthrope brethren, you found the dragon Dormeyer the Slothful, brass dragon, and tore him to shreds without too much difficulty. And as he died, you learned a few things. That he was not acting alone, that he seems to have some more affiliation with a group that he referred to as the Cardinal Sins. And as is sort of his last death throes, inflicted all of you with a curse of sorts. A soul binding an ancient dragon arcane spell or link that tied you with the other dragon entities that Dormeyer was affiliating with or referencing. Each one of you found yourself branded on the back of your neck with a different word in the dragon tongue, and without much time to really discuss the consequences of that, you looted what you could from the train yard and made a run, leaving the body behind for Aya Sharp and heading back towards the city. So that's where we'll pick up our session today. I guess let's, for the sake of just resolution and ease for all of you, let's go and pick up the next day, maybe the next morning, after, because it was a late event taking on the dragon. I'm assuming most of you went to hide out, rest, whatever you needed to at your own places. So unless there's anyone had any other ideas, I think the best way to pick it up is maybe the next day at the laundry joint, going through the findings that you had, which I'll go over those. You have a couple of bags of gear that you were able to confiscate from the dragons. A number of I posted it for you guys. I won't go over all of it for the stream, but ammunition for weapons, grenades, pistols, revolvers, as well as some pieces of body armor that you had seen some of the Dragonborn wearing. And we also had a loot drop from the chat, courtesy of G-Master. And I rolled for that. And you also have one additional potion of superior healing in the group.
Regular one, or is it patent?
I was about to say
regular potion of superior healing. No,
I
won't get you with a patent potion for that.
Not yet.
We don't know what you would do.
No. So yeah, you have just a regular one that you can add to your loot there. But yeah, so you can go over all that. You also have the documents that you were able to recover that were in the process of being burned, that Seb was able to grab.
Oh, yeah.
A few notes, some letters that seem to be corresponding between either Dormeyer, whoever Dormeyer was receiving his correspondence from, and somebody by the name of Shaden. So as we'll sort of pick up the scene, all of you are, I think Clove has closed down. It's probably mid-morning. The bar is currently closed for business. It's just the three of you. We'll say Nikolai. I'll let Pilar be there in the scene because she was also involved in everything else that happened last time. Clove, of course, running the bar, and Harin currently going over the gear and sort of getting yourselves up to speed. And begin. I think Harin is going through all of it, and he is looking through the gear, and he goes, "Well, shit, this is a lot. What you said? Jeez. All right. So, what's going on here? Well, I'm trying to get this straight. So you killed the dragon, and
Right.
then it said something, and now you all have
some kind of death curse. And first order business, Har and Clove, show us your necks. We got to see if somehow you got tagged too by association, or if it was you had to be there.
Yeah. And he said, I didn't feel anything, and you look over. No, they're all fine. It's just the people that were there.
Okay, so that's that at least.
I mean, that's good news, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be involved in all of this, especially if there are other dragons coming to hunt you down in the coming days.
Yeah, when you put it like that, I think we're in trouble, guys. I mean, yeah, we took on one dragon, but 5 more dragons?
I mean, as long as they're polite and come at us one at a time. But yeah, no, this is, thought we were gonna get, moment to breathe after this. Maybe we still will. I doubt they're all gonna converge on the city as soon as they can.
Yeah, I wonder where they're at. Cordelia, do you know if there's any way through magic we could find out where they are? You said that they know where we are, but is there any way we could, reverse it somehow?
I mean, it's possible. There's all kinds of magic for scrying and divining and things like that, but I don't know. We'd have to try.
Maybe go back to that library?
It's a good place to start.
Well, all that sounds really fun, and I might just stay away from all of you for a little while until you get all that sorted out, so I don't get caught in the literal crossfire. But a lot of other things happening. It seems that whatever you did with this meeting, y'all arranged between Aya and Finn, seemed to go well last night.
They didn't kill each other or nothing?
No, as far as I know, both of they're in some sort of loose alliance right now, as far as word on the street. It looks like Finn was able to move in and push on the last little territory that Lemon had, and they're gone now. And then, well, everything else sort of went the way that we thought it would. Carmen kind of chipped away a little bit more on Lila's territory, and Jersey was able to kind of keep the Zartano at bay. So where we stand right now is looks like Jersey's looking to solidify last dog standing in Lower Growthford. So Gura's on the outs, and I don't see anyone stepping in to keep that from happening. But it looks like there's some retaliation against Finn and Aya as far as word on the street right now. The two of them allying doesn't seem to have boded well with the rest of the gangs, and they're looking to make a move before something can come of that.
Well then. Sounds like we might have to get called in.
I'm sure we'll be hearing from them.
But that's all I got right now. I guess look over this gear keep what you want. I can try to fence the rest if you don't need it. Get yourselves a nice little payday for helping out the city like that. And yeah, that's about all I've got right now.
Just looking at this loot, trying to decide. I don't know if Seb would take any of the guns, but he's probably gonna.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It might be nice to have like a shotgun in the back pocket, but
Saw it off so it fits real well in the back pocket.
but the lack of proficiency is a question. Let me just. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd just be adding your dex bonus to make attacks with it.
Yep. I don't know. I may then, let others play with the guns. I may take the grenades and the dynamite. Or at least one of each. I mean, I had already said I took like 2 dynamite last time. I don't know if that's...
I'm including that in the... Yeah.
All right. So then I will reduce the party funds dynamite down to 2.
Seb is gonna explode.
Yeah.
One stray bullet.
Good thing you didn't get hit by that fire breath. Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I might take one of these shotguns.
You'll be able to put... you're most suited to putting these guns to use.
Better you than me.
All right.
This body armor is probably best for Cordelia and I. I know it doesn't go with your style, but blood all over your clothes doesn't go well with your style either, does it?
We don't really need it, but...
I mean, better safe than full of holes, right?
I suppose. Alright.
Okay, so the 2 of you are taking the body armor vests. Cordelia and Seb. All right. And then somebody took or Enza's taking a shotgun.
Yeah.
So let me just tell me what you're selling and what you guys are keeping.
I also want to float an idea of like, what if we give the excess to the joint so that, the staff.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you could just keep all of it if you want to have it as like to arm up some other people.
Just stock
either
it.
to keep on hand if we need it, or if ever someone tries to take another move on the joint.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Could arm all the children that work here, and have them defend the place.
only the older orphans.
Yeah, no, I mean that's cool though. That's fine. Well, then just put all the stuff in your handout or in your party inventory, and we'll keep that in play. Then that's probably easier than me sitting around trying to calculate all the prices on that. You probably need the stuff more than you need the gold.
And so the hoarding begins.
Yes.
When in like 8 months from now, when we finish this campaign and we go through all this, we're like, where did we get all of this stuff?
Guys,
we've
got like 10
rounds.
guns in here.
Yeah.
Is that at the end of Survivor's Complex where we were like, why do we have 80 crossbow bolts?
Yep. There's always one moment in all of our games where you guys just come across an absurd amount of one item and just keep it forever.
But maybe not, because this time we didn't let Dylan be in charge of the bag.
But yeah.
Well, no, if we give it to Sam, start training her to class into Battle Master with guns.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All the guns.
Yeah. No, that'll work though, because you guys have been talking about sort of defending the place and how best to do that. So that'll come a long way. Cool. All right. So that will that'll deal with all that. What's your guys' plan then?
I mean, you two probably need to check in with Aya and Finn, see what's expected of you. Don't know if we can be in 2 places at once, but figure neither of them are going to be happy if you don't answer the call.
That's a good point.
I could die. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want to go ahead and do your scenes, like going and checking in with your bosses?
Yeah, and I mean, as you two go and do that, I got something I could look into, take care of. Meet back up here, figure out what our plan for the day is.
Just casually go murder her and then come back. It's fine.
I mean, I didn't say I was going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, let's get through those then. So we'll do 3 different scenes for each of you. We'll cut through a lot of the monotony here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut straight to you guys talking to your people, because at this point we know the deal. Cordelia heading over to West Circle to go through Morwiths and make communication with Aya that way. And then you, Enza, going to Nelson and Nelson. And meeting with Finn. Okay, so does anyone want to go first? I'll do volunteers and I'll just put you guys on the spot. But otherwise, I'll just go ahead and.
I'll go first.
Okay. So Cordelia, you the screen or the water in front of you amidst between those 2 like pylons begins to sort of get pulled upward to this thin sheet, and as it begins to glow and ripple, you see that image of the room that you see Aya standing in usually, where you have your conversations, and there's no one there at first, but you do hear some footsteps, and then coming into view, you see Aya once again, and she I think looks like expectant, that she was expecting you to call. Definitely looks prepared for your conversation. She says, Cordelia, it's good to see you today. How was your evening?
Oh, uneventful.
Well, if you call taking down a brass dragon to be uneventful, then I don't want to know what an eventful evening for you looks like.
Depends on what you're into.
Well, I look forward to spending some time with you once this is all over and we can get to know each other a little bit better as business partners. But I'm sure you're here for business and not friendly conversation.
I'm here to check in. And I've heard you might have a bit of a Mephistosi problem. Not the right one.
No. It says Artano.
Oh.
I guess I never really said which one it was on stream. Oh no, I did that backwards, didn't I?
My list.
Oh, yeah. Mephisto's the problem. You're right. I was wrong.
I did the reading before class.
Yes, you did the reading. I did. The teacher did not. Yes, she says.
You wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, but I forget things almost immediately after I write them down. That's why I write them down.
Heard you might have a bit of a Mephistosi problem moving in.
She says, yes, it seems that this common Ettlinger is proving to be a larger thorn in my side than I thought. She recently grabbed some territory from Lila, which I was fine with, but it seems that that's not enough for her. And now, yes, it seems that she's mustering her forces to take over the rest of West Circle, starting with us. If you and your crew are willing and in shape to help, then of course I'd be most welcome for the assistance. I was speaking with Finn on the same, and Carmen would be ousting her would be the best move for us in the long run. So if you and your crew could help with that, that would be wonderful.
Well, more than one of us has a stake in this one. So what do you need done?
Simply, I would like her dead or gone. But I don't know how simple that'll be. I don't have many eyes and ears in the Upper Gothford area these days, other than the ones that are currently on loan from Mr. Stryker. So I believe he would be more inclined or more able to help, and I believe would be able to offer some assistance there. But to be honest, if you are able to do something about Carmen, make this a more final solution here, then Finn will take over for the rest of the Mephistosi territory, and we can look to ousting Lila as soon as possible, solidifying a continued alliance between the Mephistosi and the Calbits. Or the former Calbits. We need to work on the name afterwards.
I think that can be done.
All
I have
right.
a couple of ideas. And
Good.
I am positive Enza does too.
I'll offer one bit of advice. You're dealing with a devil at this point, and I don't mean that metaphorically. Killing Carmen here would only be a temporary solution. My specialty is not in the summoning and banishment of fiends. I would maybe advise doing a bit of research there and finding a, again, more permanent fix for our problem.
I look at her and I say, "You got it, boss," but I say it in Infernal, see what she does.
Oh geez, you're asking me to decide on the spot whether she knows Infernal.
Or maybe recognizes
Okay,
the
yeah,
sass that I'm doing.
I think she smiles and probably recognizes the language, though she doesn't probably speak it. And she smiles and says, "I knew I put my trust in the right person. Let me know what your plan is. Keep me up to date if there's any other assistance that I can offer. But I have the feeling that, given your performance last night and the remains that we were able to retrieve from the train yard, that you were more than up to the task."
Well, you'll be hearing from me.
All right. And with that, the machine powers off and the water kind of goes back into the basin that sits at the bottom of it.
I need to get one of those.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and cut over to Enza then. You descend the cold staircase to the basement of Nelson and Nelson. And I think as you reach the bottom of the stairs, the door opens and somebody else comes walking out of Finn's office. Well, I think at this point, because they're inside and you're seeing them like this, you're a little thrown off. You see I think you think they're a tabaxi at first. There are probably a couple of them in the city, but they have a more like tiger-like appearance, and you notice they have, as they reach for the handle and open the door, hold it open for you, you can see their hands are inverted. I don't know if you know what you don't have a proficiency in hunting fiends, do you? Or that's not one of your favorites?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you know what kind of creature this is, but they kind of hold the door.
Those are not normal hands.
No, they're not. But they hold the door open for you as you leave, or as you enter, and then it closes behind you, and you see sitting at the table in an impeccable suit, you see Finn Stryker.
Good morning, sir.
Says, "Enza, wonderful to see you today. Please come sit.
All right.
Would you like anything to drink while you're here?"
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
All right. Straight to business then. Excellent job yesterday, by the way, both in arranging the meeting for our own mutual benefit. I think that went really well, and I think we're looking forward to a good partnership with the future Calbit leadership.
That's very good to hear. That went well.
And I also heard that you had a bit of success in your hunt last night, and that there's one less dragon darkening these skies.
Yeah, you can say that. She like rubs the brand. You can say that.
I trust everything went all right there.
Yeah, I mean, this dragon seems to have friends, and hopefully they do not darken our doors.
Typically they're fairly reclusive or solitary creatures. I wouldn't imagine we'd see much retribution for one of their kind being killed. But if there's anything else that I can help with, or if there's any fears that you have I can assuage, then all you need to do is ask.
I'll let you know if anything comes of it. So like awkward. So we heard that you might be there is some people are moving on your territory today.
Yes, it seems that others learning of the alliance between Miss Sharp and myself may be a bit nervous at the proposition, and it seems we now have targets on our back as a result. One of the current Zartano frontrunners is making a move on some of our territory now. And while I think we have the upper hand, it would be good to get some assistance and maybe, deal with that problem at its source as well.
All right. Is there anything specifically you think we should be doing?
Well, I don't have any love lost with the Zartano, particularly. No ties there, but I don't know. This person, Sylnia, is a bit of an unknown quantity for me. I haven't made any arrangements to try to, broker some sort of alliance with them, but given their hostile actions towards us, their preparations to do such, it seems that they might not be open for negotiations.
Right.
At this time, I don't know what would be the best step. I would be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Whether we move to a more direct and permanent solution for this problem, or if you think that you and your troop might be able to come to some sort of arrangement with them as you did with Aya's shop.
We can certainly try. I don't know if we have much connections to the Zartano, specifically Sylnia, but that's something we could look into.
Well, my thought is that Sylnia, based on my understanding, is the current frontrunner for the Zartano and has the most territory to speak of for them. The only other still in the game is Sentia Lucana, based on my research and what my people have told me. If we take out Sylnia, there will be a vacuum to be filled. Perhaps if Sentia is able to come to an arrangement with us, we could see them filling that space and having another ally in our back pocket as well. So if you can arrange something there, I think that would be our best move. More people in our debt, the better.
Right. I'll I'll see what we can get done.
Good. Anything else?
Well, I don't know how things will turn out today, but Anthea's shop is in sort of that territory, and I don't know if there's anything you could do about that. Maybe provide some protection for her or something.
Yes. If that's a concern for you, I will dispatch a few capable souls to keep an eye out. I wouldn't want that to be on the back of your mind in dealing with these important matters. So, yes, she will be well taken care of, and we'll make sure that she's protected so that you can focus on your work.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, sir. Finn, I mean.
Of course. Well, if you need anything else, Enza, let me know. I've got some business to get back to, but I'll be available and you can contact me once you have some headway.
All right, will do.
All right. So you leave the accountants. Okay. So nothing else there, I don't think. And we'll go back to both of you if there's something else you want to do afterwards. But let's go ahead and do see what Sebastian is up to.
Yeah. So many things, but I think the thing that Seb is going to do first is spend some time going around the city visiting various religious shrines and churches, and specifically gods of frenzy or rage, trying to see if any of them maybe, tickle something in the back of his mind about what happened earlier.
Okay. Related to the attack with Gura's people.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. I think you spend a while walking around. And there are lots of little chapels and churches and stuff scattered around the city. Some larger ones devoted to more widely worshipped gods by some of the more common folk of Gothford, the non-criminal ones. Probably a few more popular denominations, but the by and large, probably not too many that directly result to this idea of like rage, but maybe most of them that are focused on like battle and warfare. And I think you spend some time going to each one, kind of walking inside, avoiding conversation with most people. Let me see. I think you find one small chapel that you head into. So it's a small, probably kind of out of the way towards the lower Gothford area, in sort of an older part of town. And there's a tiny chapel with a icon engraved above it. Like it's a wooden building, kind of a dark stained wood, and the icon above, kind of burned into the wood itself, is a nine-tailed barbed scourge on it. It's this really kind of macabre and imposing icon to be depicted on a religious building. And you have pretty diverse understanding of different religions. And I think you're familiar. This is a chapel dedicated to, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, but Leviatar, the goddess of pain.
Okay. I don't know if that's one that Seb would already necessarily have tattooed on him, but yeah, like you said, he's probably at least passingly aware of it.
And as you walk across the threshold of the church, there isn't like, you don't have any special feelings, but I think there's nobody else in here except for one of the priests, who is a fairly somber looking or stoic individual. I think they are wearing we'd classify as like typical like monastic garments, wearing a very coarse black robe, which looks to be made of some sort of like a thick, very uncomfortable looking material. And you can see in the kind of exposed skin they have around their neck and their face that they have many burn marks and scars across them. And as this man approaches you, sees you, he doesn't smile, but he says, "How might I assist you today?"
Well, you see, father, brother, but I've had a sense that I may have been blessed by a deity of sorts, and I am attempting to figure out which one. And given my experience, I feel Leviatar may be a candidate. And I guess I'm wondering, how often does your goddess confer blessings or curses, as it might be?
He pauses for a moment and looks you over and says, "The blessings bestowed upon us by mistress are those of understanding through personal suffering. I know not what the blessing that you have been conferred or what the circumstances were, but if our goddess were to have blessed you, I believe that you would be aware of it. I can, if you'd allow, attempt to read your soul and understand this nature then of what entity might have reached out to you, so you can better understand your next steps, for there are many gods that look down upon us, and I believe the key to understanding one's place within that grand tapestry is to look within one's own soul."
Sounds like a better plan than wandering around the city checking every single chapel.
Yes, that would be a ridiculous thing to try to describe or roleplay for the rest of the session. And he guides you back towards the altar at the far end of the room, which again, this whole place is very dark. I think even like the benches that are set here for people to worship at, it's just very simple, very trying to think, utilitarian, and very uncomfortable, the entire interior. There are no windows. There's no light coming in except the light of the torches that are along the walls, and the altar is slightly raised above the general kind of floor area on a dais, and there is a stone sort of platform there, and sitting on that stone platform is a scourge, similar to the one that is depicted on the front of the chapel, and you do see the sort of small pricks or specks of blood kind of stained into and around the altar itself, showing there may be some sort of physical element to the worship of this deity. But he does not reach for the scourge or anything in this case. He actually has you, he instructs you to sort of kneel near the altar, and he pulls out a small prayer book and begins to incite an incantation. And as he does, there is this this light that begins to glow from his fingers, and it's not a comfortable light. It's sort of dark and foreboding. And he reaches out and he touches the side of your temple with his hand, and you feel that divine energy sort of course into you. And in that moment, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I'm all right at those. 16.
16. Okay. In that moment, you feel something inside of you push back against that light. And you feel that rage, that fury seem to expand, to grow. Let me check one thing. So I think you feel that you are able to resist and kind of like push back against it and maintain. So I think you feel this push to lash out at the priests themselves.
I think I'm going to do what I can to tamp down on, hurting the priest, because he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I mean, you feel it push back. With the saving throw, you are in control of your faculty. So unless you want to punch the priest, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I think you almost feel this. It's like almost seems to come from within you, and you can actually audibly hear it. I think the priest recoils at the same moment, and there's this growl that seems to emanate from you. You're not sure if it's yourself or something else, but it in that moment it does seem to react. And the priest recoils from it, and he says, I don't believe this is the place for you.
Figure it was a long shot. Thank you for your assistance. Any suggestions on where I could go?
He stops for a moment and looks at you again, very cautiously and very. I think you do see a bit of like nervousness across him, and he says, I don't believe you are looking in the right direction for your benefactor. I don't wish to impede on the business of those who live within the city, but I believe something else may have laid claim to your essence that isn't of the divine realm.
Hells. Okay. Well, not what I was hoping to hear, but I know more now than I did when I came in, so thank you.
Yes, and thank you. And he just kind of continues to step back, kind of away from the altar, and you just see this kind of nervousness across him as he watches you leave, keeping a very close eye on you.
Okay. Not much I can do with that right now. Depending on how much time is left or if it's time for us to meet back up. think a couple more things Seb would like to do with his time out. I have that dragon book. I don't know if there's anything more I can learn from it in light of what we've experienced.
Yeah, I think the dragon book is probably tapped at this point as far as the realm you were getting into. If there's specific dragon you want some information on, then that might that'll be easier.
Yes, I think just what Sep is going to do for the next little bit until it's time to meet back up at the joint is go to the park that he and Pilar were at when they had their little spat.
Okay.
And yeah.
So I think you head back to the park. Well, let's do this. So you begin to head back to the park. Is there anything else that Enza and Cordelia are doing?
Well, mine's not as fun, but I need to go to the library.
Okay, what you done?
Well, I figure I should probably try to learn some stuff about devils.
Okay.
And I want to learn this spell, but it's going to take a very long time and a lot of money I don't have.
What spell?
So, banishment?
Okay. What level
but
spell
I
is that?
it's a 4th level spell, so I have to talk to the group about that. Because I don't have 200.
That would be 200 gold and
8 long hours of writing in a book.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys can talk about that later if you want to, or I don't know if you guys just want to kind of out of character do that right now, whether you guys have that money and want to spend the time doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we have it in the party fund.
I have some gold, I just don't have that many.
I think the bigger concern right now is the time aspect, given that both your patrons are under attack today.
Yeah, well, and a reminder, because we talked about this, it's been a couple weeks. I'm not necessarily interpreting it as a one-day thing.
Sure.
So
okay.
Yeah, with the way things are right now, and things are moving a little bit slower, we're doing it more like every 2 sessions is going to be when it's going to reset. So you guys have time.
Okay.
So I could do that, but either way, I still want to go and see what I can find.
Okay. We have the gold. I say you should go ahead and learn that spell.
Yep.
Seems like it'd be good to have.
Okay.
How much do you take from the party fund?
I don't know. I'm trying to
It could all come from the party fund if you need.
Yeah, just take all of it.
Okay.
We have so much money. We'll get more.
We will get more. We're gonna kill another dragon.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll do that. Well, I guess we can all meet back up and then I'll say I'm gonna go do that. Because I also want to see if I can just find some general stuff about devils, because that's not really my area of expertise.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with doing this a little non-linearly so you guys can do what you need to do. So unless there's a conversation that needs to be had, we can go ahead and say that Cordelia goes and spends some money and spends the rest of the day doing that, unless you need to talk to somebody prior to.
No, just at some point I wanted to talk to Enza about Carmen being the one that's moving in on that territory.
Okay. Maybe you leave a note saying you're gonna be at the library, and then I come around.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I'll send Hecate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, what's Enza doing right now? Because we could do that scene after, unless there's anything else Enza wants to accomplish.
Not immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't have anything.
Let's just we can go ahead and knock that out. So you guys meet over at the library after you get a correspondence from your bat friend.
Does that get come land on my shoulder? What do they do? How they?
Yeah, probably. She's pretty friendly and fuzzy. So she just land, give a little message.
Okay, so you guys meet back in the musty confines of the Ryman Imperial Library, Ryman University Library, and can discuss what you need to.
Well, how'd your meeting with Aya go?
Good. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Carmen Ettlinger?
Well, she's a rival to Finn. And he claims I have some history with her. I don't know if I quite trust him about that, but I would like to maybe have some words with her. Why do you ask?
I once are dead. So.
I mean, that makes sense. That's one less person to worry about.
And she seems to think it would be good for both Finn and her. So. Just didn't know where he stood with her, I guess.
Yeah, I think he would also appreciate it if she wasn't in the picture anymore. Although he hasn't given me specific orders. He did imply that she sort of caused some troubles for me. And that she might be a way to get some revenge for something.
Okay. Mysterious, as always. So do you want in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. So, we were talking about spells and stuff earlier. I can't really... I don't really have the capacity for any sort of divination or anything like that yet. But banishment is on the table for dealing with devils. So there's that, at least.
All right. Sounds useful to have.
And we might have to put the dragons on hold for a bit. It's expensive.
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, they are solitary creatures. Maybe we won't have to worry about them too soon. Maybe. Trying to be optimistic about this.
One of us should. Alright, well, I'll see what I can whip up.
You need any help with spell stuff? Is that kind of a thing you have to do yourself?
Kind of a thing I have to do. I'm also going to look for some stuff on devils. So if you want to stick around, browse the stacks.
Yeah, that might be good. I've never really been to a place like this, but I can poke around. Maybe there's something helpful.
Okay.
All right. So you guys spend the next few hours
and we hang out at the library.
Okay. So as far as Cordelia, you spend the next 8 hours doing
8 hours
doing the spell. So that's the rest of your day.
Yes.
With
That's
the
a good
spell.
spell.
Ends up if there's anything else you want to do at the library specifically.
Yeah, probably do some research on some devils.
Mm-hmm.
And then also maybe see if I can find some books talking about the founding of Guildford.
Okay. Specific to anything kind of information?
Yeah, just like anything about like the founders, people who were involved in the settling of it. Like
Okay.
Stuff.
Okay. Yeah. You make me an investigation check.
Oh, okay. Investigation. Well, a 6.
All right. So you're looking for two things: the founding of Guildford. What was the other thing you were looking for again?
Just more information about devils.
Okay. So here's what I'll say.
I mentioned it.
you'll find the information on the founding of Gothford more easily than anything else. So most of it's pretty general. You go through I think it's a combination of basically a compilation of different like witness accounts and stories and some brief historical texts, because it's not like that. It's not that far off that this happened. So it's not really a largely written on or researched subject. It's within living memory for a lot of the residents. But you do find some stuff specific to its founding. Most of it we've already gone over, so I won't rehash too much. A lot of the generic stuff about the families or the people that came together. I think that like the vanilla version of it, the non like maybe not official or not as accurate version, is this these people that came together, that the different citizens of this sort of region that have been plagued by monster attacks and other things going on, and this terrible environment growing up on the outer reaches of what at then was like the Ryman Kingdom, smaller group of nations and big collection of different noble families that the peasantry of which came together and formed like a community here in a small kind of city where they would be safe, and how that gradually built out as a place of safety and comfort for the people to be safe from these attacks that sort of plague these lands. And then they the growth of that into this economical and industrial sort of pinnacle of the empire's achievement. I think what you might find, and obviously as Enza, that the four families that came together to sort of make that happen, the Mephistosi, the Calvits, the Nurian, and the Zartano, their alliance sort of creating the groundwork for all of that. And you get a little bit on those factions. I don't think there's anything really written about that that's kept in the library itself, at least with the check that you had. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next few hours pass you guys doing that. Let's go back to Sebastian. So Sebastian, you are heading to the park. It's about midday. After I'd say it's maybe mid-afternoon at this point, because you spent a lot of the day probably walking to those different chapels and religious areas. So you find yourself back at the park where you had that conversation with Pilar. And I think it's it's kind of overcast today, and there's a little bit of rain coming down, so there's not a lot of people in the park. And it's just sort of a gloomy day. Is there anything that Sebastian wanted to do specifically while he's here?
I think just mostly, sitting with his thoughts for a while. I was going to say meditation, but he's a monk, and I guess that means something more specific there. But yeah, I think just sitting for a while, going over. It's been a busy few days.
It is.
Trying to straighten things out. But, yeah, probably mostly just chilling there for an hour or two unless something happens. And if not, then he's going to go see if he can track down that dive bar that the Beast used to hang out in, that Gura told him about.
I think as you're sitting there for about 30 minutes or so, you see somebody coming down the path, or like the first pedestrians that you've seen for a while kind of come walking past you, and they don't really pay much mind to you as they go, or as they're approaching. And I think you begin to feel that something might be a little off when you also see some pedestrians coming from the other way as well. And you begin to hear some footsteps coming from behind you, as it seems like there are probably about 6 or 7 individuals that are kind of walking directly towards you. A lot of them wearing I want to say like darker clothing, like jean, like more in the style of what some of the gang members wear around here. Not the typical people you see walking in the park.
Yeah, I think before they can converge on me, I'm gonna stand up and, at a brisk walk, so not, running or giving any indication that I am getting away. I'm going to head down the path, so I guess towards one of the, duos that is walking and putting distance between the other two, getting close to another. I don't think I'm going to be the aggressor here unless I see, them do something.
Okay. Well, I think as you get up and you start to walk towards one of the groups, you hear somebody from your left, not coming from down the path, but kind of walking across the green, the grass in your direction, calls out to you and says, "Sebastian Soto."
Yes.
And you see the man approaching you is a thin, kind of shorter guy, not really imposing on his own, except for like the group that's with him. And he has a pretty thick brown beard, close cropped hair, and is wearing like a kind of a black overcoat that he has his hands tucked into and the collar flipped up to kind of keep the rain off him. And he sees you and he says, "You were the one at Gura's the other night, weren't you?"
And what if I was?
You put quite the beating on the guys there.
Yeah, well, dumb motherfucker came after my family.
No one's seen Gura since then.
Well, last I saw him, he was still alive.
Kind of looks behind him, and you begin to notice, I think you recognize a couple of the faces of the guys that are in this group as they're beginning to converge. I think there's 2 or 3 of them that were in the at the mechanics, some of the ones that you put the hurt on that night, and that you can probably recognize them from the cuts and bruises that are on their faces that are still slowly healing from the beating you put down. And he says, I think he looks at them, he says, "This is the guy." And they nod. He says, "Heard you and your friends are making a play. Been, well, helping people and doing a lot of, frankly, dumb shit around this town. What's your angle?"
Well, that is the question, isn't it? Just wanna... Didn't think I'd have to come up with a sales pitch at this stage in the game, but I just want what I want and wanna do what I can to minimize civilian casualties, as it were. Too many of these crime families, they do what they can, but too many people get caught in the crossfire. I don't think we need to think there's a better way to run things. Way to make everyone happy. But only if they play by our rules.
I think he shuffles a little bit uncomfortably and he says, all right. We're all stuck in a real shitty place right now. Jersey's moving in. And, well, Gura's turned tail, so a lot of us don't have a place to go. We went in on whatever operation or play you're making. If you'd rather hang our hats with the whatever you are that beat the shit out of Gura, then bend over for Jersey.
I think we can work something out. I do want an insight just to make sure they're not gonna, try and lull me into false step and then jump me.
That's fair.
Oh, that's very good. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, I mean, I think you're looking at all of them, and while they're an imposing looking group of the 15 or so that are now kind of standing in a loose circle around you, I think they look more... You gather they're not in this large number to intimidate you. They look more nervous and worried about what was going to happen. And I think you're getting the idea that they're probably more scared of you than you are of them. And that they're in this group together doing this for their own sense of security. So no, I don't think you're getting any idea that they're trying to manipulate or lull you into a false sense of security. I think they're very clearly trying to feel you out and understand what you're doing.
Well, like I said, I think we can work something out. Gotta understand me and my associates. We haven't quite chosen sides yet, so you sign up with us, it's not just gonna be Nurians anymore. Gonna be dancing with all the different families.
Whatever works, as long as we're getting our take. It's all that matters.
Well then, I think I know a place we can go. See about setting up shop there. Let me double check the map. I'm thinking, because as has been saying in Roll20 chat, and as I was thinking, trying to set up a pseudo base at the orphanage that we went into back when we worked with the professor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
So
that was in the lower Gothford area, so you could. I don't think we had it specifically marked on the map.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could send them there and probably tell them that it's kind of a dump, and they'll get over there and make do until they hear otherwise. I mean, I'd say they're not like homeless. They've got places to go back to, but as far as like a place to meet them, they're willing to meet you there. You just give them a time and a place, and they'll take their orders.
And so I think let them know about the orphanage. Let them know, there may be some scholarly types that go through. They're cool. Try not to be too intimidating to them. I don't know if the professor and his people are still using the orphanage entrance, or if they've moved to Guillomar's place to set up their main hub.
Yeah, I think they came in through the subway, where you guys pointed them out, because I don't think they want to go through all the ooze stuff. So yeah, I don't think anybody else is using that right now.
Yeah, so let them know. Basically let them know to go there. figuring out some way that I can, summon them, maybe have someone there who can send out the call, etc., etc. I don't know if you want me to hash out a system for that right now, or
No, I think they'll just say, the guy you're talking to will say, you just tell me when, and I'll get the rest of the gang together, and whatever play you're making next, we'll be in on it.
be sure to let you know. Sounds like we may have something in the next day or two, so be ready. Rest up, boys. Say to the ones looking the most bruised.
Yeah. They kind of, I think a lot of them kind of grin at that, and then the guy that you're talking to holds out his hand and says, "I'm Frank, by the way."
Sebastian Soto Holt.
And all right, so we can kind of end that scene there, and I don't think there's anything else that needs to happen. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and take our break. And we will come back to see where this all goes for the second half. So we will be back in a few minutes, everyone. And welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking by on our break. This is my morning DJ NPR voice, and this is how I'm going to talk for the rest of this game. Thanks for sticking with us, and let's just jump back into it. So the Seb has recruited some people. Cordelia's learning some spells. Enza's trying to read.
How to read? How do books work?
So I don't know. I think that's pretty much how the rest of your day goes. Do you guys just want to like regroup somewhere in the evening, or what's your plan going forward? What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I think meeting back up at the joint or somewhere to talk about what the plans are for tomorrow would be good.
Yeah.
We could
Probably.
go get noodles.
Gonna just have to convince Clove/Sam to start serving noodles.
Serving noodles, yeah.
That would be good.
That's my ultimate plan for this campaign. That's my goal.
The ultimate goal. Yeah, I'd say at some point, actually, Enzo probably would have gone and gotten them some food and tried to snuck them into the library during the day.
Nice. Well, I'll send, because if we're going to be there a long time, then I'll send Hecate out to Sebastian, just be like, oh, we're still at the library being nerds, so.
Okay, well,
so
you guys
he knows where we are.
Do you guys want to meet at the library, or do you want to meet back at the joint then?
Maybe I'll just go to the library then.
Let's meet at the library. We've never had a club meeting there before.
Yeah,
keep moving around, they won't find us.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that. So change of scenery. It's probably around like 8:00 in the afternoon at this point. In the evening.
Just got. Oh my God.
And yeah, so you, Sebastian, you regroup. I'd say you guys have eaten something. You snuck some food in. You guys have now in front of you some paper containers with the last bits of the noodles that you were eating, and
I cast pass without trace, so the librarians can't smell it. Well.
And then you so you finish your spells, your note taking, Cordelia, and you guys can now have your conversations. It's quiet, it's dark.
My favorite.
Yes.
So what have you been up to all day, Seb?
Well, was kind of running personal errand or two, but I suppose probably the most important bit is I may now have some minions? Question mark?
Like
what?
What
does that mean?
So,
like somebody wants to work for you or something?
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I was at the park, just thinking about what a shit show the past few days have been, when I was approached by some some upstanding gentlemen, some of whom I had punched the lights out of a couple days ago. But they were coming because, former Nurians not pleased with Jersey taking control of things, but Gur's in the wind and heard that, us were, becoming players, making a move, and so willing to offer their services if needed. Told them to hang out for now at the orphanage, the old one where we went into the Undercity from, but
All right.
yeah, sounds like we now have a few were-rats. I didn't ask them what they could do, but sizable number, and so yeah, you got some grunts.
Well, we're taking in strays all over the place.
Yep.
Nice.
And I guess the other errand, they found out maybe something has a claim on my soul. No big deal.
Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, but this scared a holy man.
Right. So,
Well,
okay.
what type of holy man? Because if you scared like Father Basil with it,
No,
it might be something good to have around.
Priest of Leviatar, the goddess of pain. So, if he's put off by it, then
Maybe you're possessed by like a demon of bandages? No? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I think you've been reading for too long, Cordelia.
I'm ibuprofen.
And so you
I don't know. What is Pain scared of?
Now I'm just gonna have a whole arc that's just gonna be demons and devils named after pharmaceuticals.
I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to ruin your good story.
Go ahead. I had to say that though.
And so you work with the literal devils more than any of us. Do you know of any possessing or claiming souls in that way?
Not without your knowledge. All the interactions I've had with them is they're very business and deals oriented. So I feel like you would know. But the fact that this came as a surprise, I don't know. It could be anything, but it doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah. I think that this just adds to the questions I want to ask dear old Pilar, but haven't seen her all day.
She'll show up.
Yeah, she was talking about a gig or something. She was excited about, so maybe she's...
Of course she goes to a gig the day after killing the dragon. But
Well, we went to the library, so...
Yeah.
Just another day.
Yeah, so... What did you two find out from your patrons? What's expected of you?
Well, they seem like they're friends.
Yeah.
Ish.
That's good.
Yeah, there seems to be an alliance there.
It's good for us. And Aya wants Carmen dead, so there's that. Also good for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told her we'd see what we could do.
Right. And Finn mentioned that if Carmen was taken care of and that if Sylnia too was taken care of, then there might be sort of a vacuum. And as demonstrated with his wanting to have a relationship with Aya, he mentioned that maybe he would want one with Sencha as well. Or Sylnia, I guess. He's willing to make a deal with whoever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Clove's the one with the Zartano.
Alright, I forgot about that.
With them.
See which one Clove likes more.
Yeah. But I don't know, until then, I mean, we need to... Nothing like what I did to have us prove our worth. Feels weird to not have, a fire to put out.
My eyes are on fire.
Yeah, I mean, not immediately, but we should take care of Carmen or whoever pretty soon.
Should.
Yeah.
We did learn a fun new trick to bring to that table, so it wasn't for nothing.
That's good, because I was having trouble with this research on demons and such. I'm glad you figured something out.
It's an acquired skill. Studying doesn't always come naturally. But you're a lot of help.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we all accomplished something today.
Yeah. Just thinking, with these new minions,
Do we have to call them minions?
soldiers.
It's kind of funny.
That sounds. I don't know. I mean, they'd probably take offense to stray puppies, but
Maybe
I'm
not if
wondering
it came from me.
wondering if we have to give them, small jobs to run to, keep a cash flow going for them, but also keep them from getting bored. We need to start figuring out how to do that, or keep them in reserve for when we make big moves.
Well, if they're willing to do a little guard duty, we could set them up around the joint. For starters. Have them keep an eye out.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, just wasn't sure what you all would think about bringing them straight to the joint, or somewhere we actually care about.
We'd like to talk to them first, but
Well,
you
it
seem
might
to
still
think they're
be-
okay.
Well, they're scared shitless of me, and that's something.
There you go.
Could probably swing by head back over to the orphanage before calling it a night. They might be over there sprucing it up, getting it set up so they can make it an operating base.
It might be good for them to have a couple more familiar faces.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Also, found myself, I'm pretty sure I fucked up the sales pitch, but what is it that we're trying to do exactly? I told them, trying to get what we want, wait for everyone to be happy as long as they play by our rules. I was making shit up as I went.
What else is new? I don't know, that sounds pretty right to me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was formalized into a sales pitch,
I
but
should write up something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can brainstorm on the way over.
I think you did fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just looking for someone to lead them, right? And they didn't like their other options.
More or less. But get the sense they're not going to be content to just sit around and do nothing.
Well, luckily for them, there'll be some dragons to fight.
Yeah, didn't mention that part yet. That might have scared them off.
Yeah, maybe we should hold off mentioning that part for a bit.
Ease into the dragon death curse. Okay, well. Not everyone is so open-minded as me, I guess.
Not everyone is as ballsy as you are.
I guess I have 2 death curses now.
Well, do we know that the dragon one is a death curse?
Oh no, I just assumed that it was gonna... Well, I just assumed it was gonna bring a dragon down on me and it would probably eat me. I did get gluttony.
Yeah, do we want to talk about what everyone was pegged as?
Yes. Well, I do.
I mean, I guess, Enza, I find yours the most surprising.
And so what did you get?
Well, it says greed, but I don't think there's anything to this, guys. It's just a bunch of names.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have pegged Cordelia as gluttonous. Pilar's hardly
Really?
wrathful.
Wait. Really?
I mean, you like noodles. That's hardly a cardinal sin.
I have a lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, if I was picking, I would have labeled you Pride. But Pride's nowhere to be seen either. Which is something.
I feel like I should be offended, but it... True.
So yeah, I mean, maybe these were all just random, but
Wait, what about you, Seb?
envy? What is there for me to be envious of?
I can think of a couple of things.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's just... I don't know Nikolai well enough to know if he's lustful. Just can't get over. Nope. Pilar and Wrath just doesn't fit.
I don't know. She can get real right up.
Maybe I've just grown up with it and it doesn't faze me.
Maybe
guess.
you might have a different view of Pilar than some of the rest of us.
I mean, maybe it's an elvish thing that y'all are kind of fiery, but I feel like Pilar especially has her moments.
True.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe you're just too close to see it, Seb.
we all have our moments. Oh, do you know, I don't think any of it's anything to be ashamed of. We're all... I was going to say human. That's not right.
You're the only
People.
human here, Cordelia.
Half. We're all measly mortals. Stuck forever on this terrible planet till we shuffle off that mortal coil, so we might as well acknowledge what our sins are and lean into them.
You know, about half these tattoos say leaning into sins is a bad idea. The other half say go for it, though, so. But shall we away to the orphanage for being poetic and shuffling into the mortal coils and all that?
Yes, let's shuffle off and away to the orphanage. I want to meet these minions.
Yeah.
The guy kind of running them is Frank. Didn't learn any of their other names. I'd probably forget them anyway.
Fair. Well, let's go meet Frank.
Okay. So the three of you leave the library and
We shuffle off.
shuffle off. I don't know why everyone has to why you dance when you die.
I
Oh.
jitterbug off.
Jitterbug off this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I electric slide off this mortal coil.
Boot scoot and buggy.
I don't. I Cupid shuffle.
Cupid shuffle. This mortal. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so you leave the library and you begin heading towards the orphanage. The city is pretty quiet right now, even despite all the tension and the fighting and everything else that's going on. You go along a lot of main thoroughfares, back alleys, walking your way towards Lower Gothford. I imagine you get take a train some of the way there and walk the rest. I'd like you all to make perception checks.
$13.
11.
Natural 20. 21.
21. Okay. Well, this sheet doesn't come. Oh, there we go. Alrighty.
I would like to point out that I remain alert to danger as a rogue. As a ranger, I mean.
What's the deal with that?
It's part of Natural Explorer. Click. Even when you're engaged in other activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, that's cool.
Just gonna point that out casually, just covering my bases.
Well, here's what happens. As you, I think you follow or you guys go down into the subways, and grab one of the trains leading to the Lower Gothford area. And I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 other people on this train that you can see, and it's rocking back and forth, and there's a little bit of light. It's pretty dark. I mean, thinking about the settings of like the subways that we have, the kind of a little more well lit, it's a lot worse. In this time period, you have some like magical little lanterns above. They're swinging and kind of like sparking and going dim, and so you get this kind of flashing light as you're all carrying on in kind of quiet conversation and against the roaring of this train. And none of you notice as you are riding this subway and it kind of veers around the corner because you had a 21. I rolled a 22. There is a figure, 2 figures that seem to come out of nowhere from like audience perspective, that appear in the same car as all of you. And in the flash of the lights flickering before you're able to do anything or react, one of them draws a blade and lunges to attack Cordelia. Oh no, we can go with the heist music. I like that.
Yay.
And they're going to make attack with advantage.
Okay. This is fine.
Well, you got mage armor on, right?
Yeah. My armor class isn't that high.
It's a 16 to hit.
That hits me.
All right. That's going to be... Well, okay. You're going to make it a saving throw against that. All right. So that's going to be 21 points of piercing damage.
Oh no!
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm so scared. Natural 20!
Nice. So you take
Plus
half damage.
23.
Okay. You
This
take
is my new favorite dice.
what would have been 35 points of poison damage.
Oh my god.
Is reduced to 17.
Oh my god.
Still up.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me math for a second.
You just get stabbed real good. Heck.
It's not looking good, you guys.
38 total.
Yeah. I need you all to roll initiative.
It's not looking good for me over here.
Just a little trank. Okay. Bring it. Oh, I'm so glad I get the roll
it's been brought.
advantage.
Is that a third
you
natural
get?
20 in a
I just
row?
rolled another 20.
Oh, guys, nice.
I also got a natural 20.
Jeez.
Aw, I missed out, guys.
These guys are gonna.
I got a
regret this
dirty
so
20.
hard.
20s! I can never roll this dice ever again.
All right. I'll roll for them. They rolled a 21.
I have a 22 total.
23 total.
Okay, you guys beat them out.
Okay, and I got just 20 total.
Okay. Jeez, these
No,
are
so
some
high.
Yeah, everyone rolled very
Oh,
high.
We did
Wait,
very
that
good.
didn't work. All right, let's try that again.
We had no initiatives below a 20.
We did a good.
Okay.
There we
And
go.
Morgan
We're
didn't
just-
roll a 1.
Wait, we're in a very tight grouping here. 23, 22, 21, 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Woo.
You guys are ready. Okay,
Yay,
as
I
the
didn't
blade
roll a-
as the blade sinks into Cordelia, like between your ribs, Cordelia, and you feel that intense pain.
Yeah.
Um
It looks
And that-
bad. I'm almost dead.
yeah. The 2 figures lunge back. They are both wearing like cowls pulled up. Not like full cloaks. You see that they're wearing sort of nicer clothing. Very well dressed assassins. As they step backwards, their their cowls obscuring most of their face. They both draw their blades and prepare to finish the job. So that'll be Sebastian's turn.
Yep. Up in a flash. Gonna do two-handed cane swing at the one that stabbed Cordelia first.
Okay.
That guy needs to die.
Get him.
16.
That'll hit.
Okay, where's my D8? That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Sure, let's try for a stunning strike. I'm gonna burn through so much ki in this fight.
Get him.
What are you saving it for? Okay, that'll be
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. That's a 6.
Nope, so he is stunned.
All right, that one is stunned.
I think because he's stunned, I'm just gonna burst fire this guy.
Okay.
And so...
Yeah, rest of your attacks at advantage.
Yeah, second swing at him. Well, we'll see, because that's a 15 to hit.
Just hits.
Okay. Also very good. 10 bludgeoning.
Okay. Oh, shit. 10 bludgeoning. All right.
And I'm going to flurry of blows. So, first punch. That's 17.
Yeah.
And plus 5 damage. And I am going to do the second flurry of blows on the other one, see if I can't manage to stun him.
Okay.
So, punch 19 to hit.
Hits.
So, roll damage, 4 damage, and another stunning strike.
That's a 21.
Okay, so he saves on that one.
Yeah. Double checking. I accidentally had advantage clicked, but it was a 19 on the first one. So yeah. Okay. So what's the damage on that one again?
That was only 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So you immediately throw yourself between these two and just be in a flurry of blows. You begin to just punch out at both of them. One of them staggers backwards and kind of slams against the train car as it rolls to the side. And they're like shaking their head from underneath the cowl and trying to recover from that right now. All right, Cordelia.
Ah! This is why I wear red. Can I reach one of them?
Yes.
Probably. I didn't know how far away they went. I would
Yeah,
like
you're
to
very
use
close.
my action to cast Vampiric Touch, which is a new thing I learned.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack one of them. Try to get him.
Okay.
2. Okay, that's pretty good. 21.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay, he take 3d6 necrotic damage. That's 11 necrotic damage. I heal.
This is the one that is
That's-
stunned, you said?
Sure.
Okay, did you roll the advantage on that one?
No.
Just in case you get that natural 20.
Nope, it was worse.
Okay, what was it? 11?
He takes 11 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then I heal half of that.
So you heal 5. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it is their turn now. One of them is stunned. But at the start of their turn, you see the one that's stunned, as he staggers backwards, the cowl sort of falls backwards, and you can see the human face underneath as he's shaking his head. And you see this big bruise mark that he has from where Sebastian has punched him slowly begin to heal. And as his mouth hangs open, you see 2 long fangs from underneath, as both of them heal 20 hit points at the start of their turns.
On the floor of the train, I'm going, you bitch!
I'll read that one back to full. All right. All right. As the vampire assassins now get their turn. The one that's done can't do anything. The other one is going to take an attack. 2 attacks with a short sword. Is going to swing at Cordelia again, trying to finish you off. Making sure it doesn't get... Yeah, because you are within...
I did get up, so I'm not laying on the ground.
You are up, yeah.
And
you are within 5 feet of an ally, but he is stunned right now, so he's incapacitated. I don't know if he's... I don't think that counts as incapacitated, but I'll say for the sake of this, that's not gonna... He's not gonna...
What's he gonna do?
Bonus from...
Oil can.
Yeah. So he's going to short sword at
Unless that
you.
creature is incapacitated.
It is incapacitated?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I thought that would be the case, but I didn't know if it was technically. Either way, that wouldn't make sense.
Can you just tell me what the number is, please?
First
very
attack,
nervous.
that's a natural 1, so that misses.
Okay.
Second test is a 9. That all... Jeez, I rolled very bad on those. So yeah, that's all they can do on their all he can do on his turn. So that's it. So the train is rocking and he's having a hard time striking out at you. Enza, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, seeing some sharp pointy teeth come out, I'm going to pull out... I have 3 wooden stakes. I pull out one of them.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit. Let me click that. There we go. As sort of like a spectral, sort of transparent wolf appears next to Cordelia.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to stab a vampire.
All right. Go for your attack.
Okay.
Would you just like have those just in case?
Yeah. Well,
I'm a monster hunter.
We'll just treat this like a dagger.
Okay.
Stats.
Oh man, that's a 2.
If you're going after the stunned one, it's at advantage.
Oh yeah. Shoot. Okay, let me try again. Okay, that's better. So that is my dex. So that is dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay, and it's a dagger. So what?
Yeah, D4 plus your dex. Yeah.
Beep. That is 6 piercing.
All right. 6 piercing damage.
I tried to stab it in the heart place.
Okay,
I don't know if it works.
You drive the stake into the chest of this vampire who's still kind of stunned there. It doesn't seem it deals damage. It doesn't seem to have any other effect at this point. I mean, they're stunned right now. They don't burst into flames, Buffy the Vampire Slayer style. So it did deal damage to them. But yeah.
Okay, I'd try since I have those.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be the end of the round. Or top of the round. I need everyone who's standing up in the train to make a dexterity saving throw. As the train takes a sharp turn.
Wiggles. Oh no.
Yeah.
The stunned guy automatically fails.
Yeah. He just falls to the ground.
Well, I think Sebastian also fails. That's a 10.
Yeah.
19.
That'll succeed. It's a low DC, but it's
15.
higher than 10. Yeah, that's succeed too.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So with 15, am I standing?
You're standing. Yeah, you're good. And then I'll make it for the one that's still standing. That's a 23, so he succeeds. All right, so Sebastian, you fall as you weren't quite preparing yourself. You guys can, as part of the train moving, prevent yourselves from having to make the saving throw by sacrificing one of your hands to hold on to something, but it means you don't get to attack with that hand, or you can't cast spells that require both your hands too. So
I mean, I'll be fine. Drunk monk, 5 feet of movement to get up from prone.
Yeah, you're fine. You're Chumbawamba right now. And Sebastian, it's your turn.
Yeah, I think quickly going to say, Fangs, CC, what do we do? What can we do? So getting
punch him.
All right. So gonna
punch him harder.
No.
The guy is stunned until the end of my turn.
Yeah.
It bleeds. You can kill it.
Okay. And too bad there's no super advantage because he's now stunned and prone.
No super advantage.
So I think, getting up, but then also immediately getting, back down to just punch this guy in the face repeatedly.
Yeah. I imagine you like kneeling on top of him and then like just punching one after another. Go ahead.
Yeah. 18 plus stuff.
Yep.
Or these first ones are with the cane because that's more damage.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 on the first swing. 18 plus stuff.
Yep.
11 again.
Okay.
I'm just thinking if I want to try and re-up Stunning Strike.
We got you've used 3 key points.
Yeah, I have 4 left. Yeah, let's try another Stunning Strike. So another con save.
All right. That's an 8. He fails again.
This guy's having a real bad day.
Yeah.
But I won't Flurry of Blows this time. Just gonna unarmed strike him.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 2 and a 1.
Oh, yep, those don't.
Because I assumed. Yeah, an 8 doesn't hit.
No. As the train, you hit him with the second strike and stun him again. You can kind of hear that crack as his head hits back against the floor of the train. But I think as the train rocks one last time, you go to hit, do one more offhanded strike with your left hand, moving the cane to the side, and just pummel the floor, once leaving a nice little indentation in the floor of the train, but missing the strike. Nice though. He is now stunned for another round. Which means the other guy still won't get sneak attack. Yay, Cordelia, it's your turn.
Cool.
Right. Cordelia, you get some hit points. Hang on.
Yes.
You get 6
Yay.
points
Nice.
at the start of your turn. From my wolfie.
Okay. I'm not gonna die immediately, probably. Oh boy, is Cordelia mad right now. So, no, I'm gonna do this instead. I think Cordelia's eyes flare this really bright red, and these long fangs that look like the ones the assassins have sort of start protruding out of her gums. I'm gonna run at the other one and grab him and bite him with my vampire's bite.
All right. Vampire on vampire action. And you still have your vampiric touch up too.
Yeah, it's
right.
concentrating.
Okay.
So I just think this is what she would do.
Yeah. No, I like it.
I'm running him and grab him and try to bite him.
All right. With a hiss, you run over. Go ahead and make your attack.
It's very scary. It's a very good attack.
This is the non-stunned one?
Yeah.
Okay. It would be hard for you to get to the stunned one
Yeah,
that Sebastian's sitting on top of.
I can't. I have lost all ability to do math. 21.
21 hits.
Great. So it's not that much damage. It's 5 damage. Piercing damage. And I will choose to gain temporary hit points equal to my level.
Okay.
I get 7 temporary points.
Nice.
Ah! Munch.
All right. And that's your action. Anything with your bonus action?
Nope, just that. I think in a fit of rage.
All right.
That's what happens, and it's probably very scary.
Puts it back to the assassin's turn. The one on the floor continues to be on the floor. However, he does heal. And the other one heals back up to full. The one that you just bit, Cordelia, I think pushes off of you, and then kind of runs along the wall and then up on the ceiling. Now he's kind of hanging off the ceiling and then stabs down at you with one of his daggers. He is going to roll a 20 to hit.
That hits me.
So that's going to be 4 piercing damage. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 14.
Not enough. It's 24 points of poison damage.
I am... No, still up.
Still up. Okay.
Ooh, barely.
However, he's going to make his second short sword attack at Enza for stabbing him. Or stabbing, you stabbed.
I stabbed just right on the ground.
Yeah, for stabbing the other one, and so swings out with the other short sword, and that is a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hit.
It's 5 piercing damage, and you can make a con save.
Okay, let's roll this one. Constitution. Okay. 13?
It's a fail. You take 23 poison damage. Sorry.
Okay, so 23. Okay.
All right. That ends his turn. The other one's still down. Enza, it's your turn.
Okay. Oops. I have... That wasn't right. Okay. There we go. I'm going to move my wolf closer to Cordelia. She's not looking good. And that's... Okay, so that's my bonus action. And then... Action, I'm pissed. I'm going to pull out my new shotgun.
Oh shit.
Shoot this guy.
Okay.
Blake.
Yeah, make your attack.
Let's see, what is my bonus hit on this? Okay. That is 15 to hit?
That will hit.
Yes. Okay, so that's 2d8. It's 12 piercing.
Okay.
As he takes a lot of shotgun right to his face.
Yeah, you fire the shotgun, it explodes in his head, and that's just one of your attacks. So you make your
yeah. Here goes the other one. Ah, that's a 1.
Oh no.
So I guess my gun misfires? Is that a thing?
No, it's not a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but you expend the shot, but as you fire once, kind of point blank, it causes him to kind of fall upwards, like towards the ceiling, as he's blown back like against the roof. And as you take the second shot, he rolls to the side, kind of across the ceiling again.
Oh my gosh!
A big hole in the roof there, as he's trying to get out of the way of your shots. Nice though. That'll be Sebastian's turn.
Okay. How close are we all actually in this train car? I assume...
Pretty close. Yeah, it's tight quarters here.
Yeah. So I assume we're all within 5 feet of the stunned guy right now?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. This might be a lot, and I don't know if this is gonna work and still let me have an action. So I think bonus action, I'm gonna take out that superior potion of healing we got, toss it to Cordelia. Drink this. Then I don't know if this is going to use up my action, but I want to drag the stunned guy down the train car a little bit, so he's away from everyone else.
Okay. Yeah.
But I still have my action.
Yeah, you could use. He's stunned right now, so you don't have to grapple or anything. So I'd say you could, at half movement speed, you can drag him.
Yep. So going to not that far based on the rules as they are written. I only need him to be, greater than 5 feet away from everyone else.
Okay.
And once he is that far away, I'm going to take out one of my new sticks of dynamite, light it, stick it in his mouth, and move.
All right.
Sebastian, we're on a train right now with a whole bunch of other people barreling at high speed underground.
Here we go.
Spider-Man, save us!
If you guys are going that direction, are you dragging him that direction? Yes. Or are you dragging? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Don't bring him over here.
Yeah, no. It also it says only 5 feet of the explosion. These feel like very teeny tiny sticks of dynamite.
Yeah. It's still going to be a stick of dynamite. It's not going to be enough to just evaporate the whole train car.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
I assume it's going to do something, but Seb is very angry at these.
I support this plan.
Right.
I just want to say that
too.
in public. I support this plan.
Okay. How long does it take? So I think it just explodes on your turn unless it's unless
as an action. It says throw it, but I assume with my monk speed, I can drag him a little bit and dash away.
Yeah. So you pull out one of the sticks of dynamite, light it, stick it in his mouth, it makes a kind of a muffled gurgling noise as you shove it into his throat, and then leap backwards away from him. And at the end of your turn, there's a brief moment where he regains the stunned effect and starts reaching up towards the dynamite, and then it explodes. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Yep, 3d6.
Yep.
That's decent. That's 9 damage.
Okay. I'll go ahead and double that because it was in his mouth. So we'll make it 18 points of damage.
Yep.
So it's not a pretty sight as you see what's still there. He's still alive, and slowly regenerating from it. But it's pretty gross over there. But as the explosion goes, I think it blows out all the windows in the train car. And all of you have a serious ringing in your ears at this point. There's a concussive wave that follows the train car that you are all in right now. Luckily, none of you else take damage, but that was rough. And the whole thing kind of lists a little bit. There may be some structural damage. All right, Cordelia, that is your turn now.
Okay.
You get 5 HP.
Yay! I now have 7.
Oh,
it's going fine. Oh, I need to do a concentration check for this spell.
Okay.
$15?
Did you take more than 30 points of damage last turn?
19. No.
No. Okay. Then no. You are. You still have concentration.
Great. I'm gonna do my spell then because it heals me. I'm gonna attack him with Vampiric Touch.
Okay.
That's bad. 11.
Yeah. No. That's a miss.
That's bad. Well, I guess is drinking a potion a bonus action?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. So
I'm gonna drink this potion. How many is a superior? 8?
Yeah. 8d4 plus 8.
Well, it was fun treasure while it lasted, kids.
Yeah.
Heal myself.
Pretty fun.
10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, plus 8?
Yes. So 27 hit points?
Yes.
Or 20. Yeah, 27. Nice. It's very good healing.
Yeah, wheels.
Okay. So, that's the end of Cordelia's turn. Back to the assassins. The one that's on the ground is going to regenerate but he's not happy at Sebastian right now and goes, I think, running straight at you. You guys are a little more separated now, so you're not going to be within 5 feet of each assassin since you pulled them away. So he'll just make his 2 attacks against Sebastian. Let's see. It's going to be 21 to hit on the first one.
That'll hit.
And then 14 on the second one.
That'll miss.
Okay. So it's 7 piercing and a con save. First one.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Yikes. So 21 points of poison damage.
Okay. I'm trying to... Hold on. Do I don't get poison resistance for Drunk Monk, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think so. I probably would have that in by now if I did. Okay, so 21 points. And then you said we are too far away from each other.
For the sneak attack, yeah. I'm not going to get...
Yeah, so, but that also means that then I can't do the redirect attack thing for that miss.
No, but bonus, you don't get the 46 points of sneak attack damage. So 6 in one, half a dozen the other. The other one is going to attack. I think it's going to do its attacks between Cordelia and Enza again. So Cordelia, it's a 17 to hit.
Yo, I'm going to cast Shield.
Good idea.
I forgot I had that spell.
Yeah,
I am the worst wizard on the planet.
What's that raise your AC to?
More than that. 20.
Okay, cool. So that one will be deflected. The second one at Enza is a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Con save.
Okay. 15?
15 is just what you needed. So it's 9 piercing and 8 poison.
Okay.
And that's going to end their turn. But at the end of their turn, you see at the other end of the train car, like further up the train, there is a mist that works its way under the door, and appearing in the doorway, moving towards you, is another sort of cowled figure. This one with a great sword drawn, is kind of dragging the great sword across the ground and running in your direction, Cordelia. I'm going to go ahead and put him on the board. This one is going to make 2 attacks with his great sword. All right, the 13 is going to miss, but the 24 is going to hit as the greatsword swings through the air and carves into the back of the assassin that is attacking you, who takes 11 points of slashing damage and reels around on that figure. Enza, it is your turn.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. My doggo is still near Cordelia, so I'm going to use my bonus action to reload my shotgun.
Okay.
And then get all up on one of them and shoot him twice.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is only a 13 to hit.
No, misses.
Darn it. Okay. And the second shot is 14. Dang it.
Also misses.
Dang it.
Jeez.
I am angered.
Like yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but that's what I do.
Okay. 2 more shots in the shotgun as the assassin dodges out of those. His attention.
I'm not good with the shotgun, apparently.
his attention split between you and the other figure that has now entered the train car. Sebastian, it's your turn.
Yep. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna keep going for the guy who blew up his face.
Okay.
So, cane swing. 11.
That will not hit. 11. No.
Yep. So second attack. 12.
Guys, no, that one does not hit either.
Yep. I'll just unarmed strike him.
Yeah, I forgot. Let me resolve this because this might have affected it. I forgot I
okay.
have to make a dexterity throw at the start of the round.
Sure. Right.
So let me do that for them because they may be on the ground.
Yeah. That's a natural 1 for me, but I'll spend 5 feet of movement.
9.
Okay. 9 fails.
22.
22 succeeds. So Cordelia, you fall to the ground.
Okay.
But luckily, one of the assassins also falls to the ground, but it's not the one you're fighting, Sebastian. It's the one that is on the other side of the train car. But I will go ahead. He is prone. Okay, so doesn't change anything for now. Sebastian, continue your turn. Sorry.
Yep. What I will do then is I will do Flurry of Blows, 1 attack on, or no, Flurry of Blows, and as the, which one is it? So as part of the tipsy, nope, never mind, that's not the one I wanted. This one. As part of your Flurry of Blows, you also gain the benefit of disengage, and movement increases by 10 feet. So
okay,
I'm gonna disengage from the guy I've been missing and go over and punch the guy who's on the ground.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make your attacks at advantage against that one.
19
hits.
Max damage for 9.
Nice.
And these are magical punches. 18.
Okay. Also hits.
And another 9.
Nice. And he's looking kind of rough.
Damn time.
The healing is helping that out a lot. But yeah, so you lay into the one that's on the ground, and he takes some big old hits from that. All right, Cordelia.
Okay. Do I recognize this great sword wielding friend?
Oh yeah.
No? Okay.
You get 2 points of healing.
Yes. I'm doing great. Way more hit points than I had before. Oh heck. Am I still right next to the one that I bit?
Yeah, he's the one that's on the ground right now.
He's on the ground right now. Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing vampiric touch.
Okay.
For right now. Do I get advantage because he's on the ground?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
This is a melee spell attack.
It is. That's a lot.
Good, then it hits.
26.
Yes. We're just gonna do everything as if it's a lot or a little, and that'll be whether it hits or misses.
He takes 13 damage.
Nice. And you recover 6.
What up? This is a good spell.
Yeah. You've been a yo-yo with your healing.
I know, I'm all over the place. I'm almost back up to max.
After being down to 2 at one point. Okay.
Now I have 42.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Assassin's turn. So the one on the ground is going to stand up. The one that you have disengaged from. Sebastian is going to... he's not within melee of anyone, so he draws his crossbow. And he fires a shot Probably you. You blew up his face.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
He just gets one crossbow shot, but he moves back like down the train to be away from you and attack at
He's in for a surprise.
Yeah,
escape me over there.
Yeah, he feels better about it. That'll be that's only a 9 to hit.
Which I think means I don't get to deflect missiles at him.
No, yeah, you just dodge out of the way of it. So he voids, or he misses you entirely. The bolt kind of pings off down the train somewhere else. The other one is going to make 2 attacks. It's going to be one at Cordelia and the other one at the great sword wielding figure. Cordelia, there's a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay, no shield this time.
No, I only have so many spell slots.
That'll be 7 piercing. I need a con save.
5.
That'll be 33 points of poison damage.
Well, it was going really well for me. What was the...
So it's 40 points of damage total.
You guys remember that time I had 2 hit points left?
You mean now?
Yeah, it's right now again.
And
Jesus.
Don't think you're making your concentration save.
Yeah, that's a DC 20. Go ahead and roll.
I don't know.
You could make it.
I'm a +3.
Yeah?
No.
No.
17.
All right, you lose your
It was fun while it lasted.
lose your vampiric touch, but you are still alive.
I don't think it was going to last that much longer anyway. It only lasts like a minute.
So that one is then going to make an attack, its other attack at the other great sword figure. That's an 18 to hit, which will hit. And they will make a con save, which they succeed on, for a total of 8 plus... Yes, hi, buddy. 16 points of damage. It's not the right one. All right. And they both heal. This one is back up to full. It is the warrior's turn now. He is going to make 2 strikes. Sorry, cat is being distracting. Stop it, buddy. 22 and a 16 to hit. Both hit for 21 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. Enza. Both assassins, one of them is fully... the one front that got blown up before by Sebastian is back to tip-top condition. The other one is pretty rough right now.
Well, I'm going to huck an axe at him.
Okay.
I have a hand axe. I'm going to do that as my action.
Okay.
And I'm not going to roll either of those 2. Let's roll this one. That's way better. That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, what do I roll for hand axe? It's decent. That is 11 slashing.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to drink a patent potion that I have in my pocket.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a D100.
Okay. 19? No, you guys just really don't want to have the fun stuff. I forgot last time I said I was going to consider looking at that again, but I did not. So let me double check. But yeah. Oh, no, wait, 19.
19.
Oh, yeah, no way. It's above 50. I had the wrong one. Yes, something fun does happen.
Oh,
Finally.
gosh. Okay. Well, I get a little bit of healing, and then what happens? Or do I?
Yeah, no, you do get healing. So you get your healing.
Okay.
But you all see suddenly Enza kind of disappears for a moment as you lose sight on her. But it's only for a moment as your perspective kind of shifts and you get an idea of your surroundings. You see Enza's still there, though she's about half the height that she was before. Enza, you shrink by one size category. So how tall were you before?
I was 6 feet tall.
You're about 3 feet tall right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm tiny.
Yeah, you're considered a small creature.
Oh, that's wow. Okay.
For the next,
yeah, for how long?
For the next minute.
Okay, for a minute. Okay.
Nice. Sebastian, everyone needs to make dexterity saving throws at the start of the turn.
11?
Nope.
Oh, dex save.
5.
Can I intentionally fail and make sure the assassin, like, I tangle him up as I'm falling down?
Fall on him.
If you had succeeded on it, I would have let you do that. Then that's an actual fail. So
yeah, no, 8 for me, so I think I fall over too.
yeah.
I don't understand how these little feet work.
Luckily, both assassins are still standing.
Oh yeah,
Luckily.
And the other one is still standing. So all the vampires in the car are still standing. You guys all fail. All right, Sebastian, it's your turn. You can just stand back up.
Pop back up. Gonna cane this guy. Dirty 20.
Okay. You're attacking the one you blew up or the one that's like
The one who's looking rough.
okay, yeah.
I've been rolling well for cane damage. That's 9.
Nice.
Yep. Second swing. 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And bonus unarmed strike. Natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah, get him.
9 damage.
All right. With that, the vampire in front of you suddenly like your cane hits him and then seems to pass right through him. He dissolves away into mist, which just begins to kind of drift down the train car away from all of you.
My axe clatters to the ground.
Yes, your axe clatters to the ground where he was. No, he takes it with him.
No.
He begins to mist away. All right, Cordelia.
You get what HP?
Yay!
I rolled real bad on that one.
I think I have 3 now.
Good job.
Thanks. I'm doing great.
One assassin left.
Great. I guess it's time for the big guns. I would like to use my action to cast Phantasmal Killer on the one that's left, and he has to make a Wisdom saving throw. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail.
It's not great at that. 7.
Yay! He fails. So his an illusory manifestation of his deepest fears, only visible to him, manifests around him. He is frightened for the duration of the spell, and at the end of his turn, he gets to make a Wisdom saving throw or take damages.
Okay.
He's very scared of me right now, though.
All right. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. As you see, the assassin that got his face blown up has healed again. The other one turns into mist, and the one that turns into mist immediately shoots out one of the broken windows in the car and is gone completely, leaving just the one in front of you. He gets a look across his face, this terrified look as he stares kind of across all of you standing in front of him, and takes a step backwards. And I think he, instead of attacking at this point, now being alone and terrified, there's a shrieking noise in front of you, and suddenly a cloud of bats appears, and then he goes sailing out the windows as well.
Great. Is that the end of his turn? Because he has to make another save or take a bunch of damage.
Yeah, no, he's going to make another saving throw as he's running away. That's an 11.
That fails.
What's he take?
40-10 psychic damage.
Oh, jeez.
It was a nasty.
Solidify the running
boy.
away at this point.
Well, that's 10, 17, 28
28.
psychic damage.
All right. Why is it doing that? All right. 28. All right. Yeah. I think that just makes him run faster as he disappears. Okay. That will end the immediate danger of combat, leaving just you and the great sword person in front of you.
I sit down, slowly bleeding out on the floor. Not slowly. Very quickly bleeding out on the floor.
Hang on. It's got 3 more. You get 4. You get 10 more hit points.
Okay.
Before the wolfie disappears. Then it's done.
Thank you.
As why does everything look so weird?
I think I start laughing a little bit.
What's so funny?
You're so small.
Well, because
What the fuck just happened?
I don't suppose you have any insight on that, friend? Directing this to the new arrival. I assume the other 2 people in the train car are just like...
Luckily there was nobody in your car with you, but
Gotcha.
you do see some people pushed against the doors of the train, like
they're like, whoa.
like what the hell's going on? And
Oh, I bet that looked real cool.
yeah, they got a really good view. Yeah, the person in front of you, I think, stands there for a moment, and they sheathe their sword, and I think you see this hesitation where they begin to turn to leave, and then stop, and you just hear a long sigh from underneath, and they pull back their hood or their cowl, and you see long strands of black hair as you see Ashley.
Oh.
Nope. Alright, you fuck off.
And he says, I would if I could right now. But you see, I think I'm the person keeping you alive at the moment, so I think you owe me a bit of your time.
I saw no healing or anything from you, and a lot from myself and my friends, so I disagree with your assessment of the situation.
Well, sister, that's not really my specialty. I can leave if you want, but I figured you might want some help.
Ready, let's just hear him out.
Help me up, you piece of shit.
He helps you stand up, extends a cold hand to you. I assume you might know a little of what's going on right now.
I can guess.
We need to talk about Mother.
Apparently. Let's get a drink.
I'll meet you somewhere. Back at your shabby little tavern.
It's not shabby.
I'll see you there. And he, I think he also transforms into bats and then goes flying out of the train car.
Guess we're all just doing the bat thing now. Look at Ensign Sebastian. Listen, traveling was so much easier when I didn't have you two to drag around.
Right.
That.
I'm guessing at some point during this conversation I became normal sized again.
Yeah, and you still had some time on your. Did you still have your healing spirit up?
Yeah, I used the last of it. I'd rolled the last 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was that
yeah.
bunch.
And then about 30 seconds after that, you returned to full health or full size.
Full size. That was an experience.
Yeah.
I forget the patent potions are kind of funny sometimes.
Well, no harm done.
All right, do we still want to head to the orphanage? Rest up there a bit before going back to the joint?
Yeah, but maybe we should take a cab or something on the way back.
Okay, fuck the
Had
train.
enough of trains for a minute.
All right.
So we all lurch and fall over again.
Thank you for keeping me alive. As it seems, my mother is definitely trying to murder me.
Yeah. And here I was thinking we'd get a bit of a breather, but looks like we gotta go kill your mom again? Do vampires die when they get turned into vampires?
I don't know. I was born this way.
Yeah, we should figure out, because I thought that steak thing might have been a good idea. I heard that somewhere, but apparently that doesn't work.
It's something. We'll talk.
I mean, I'm really surprised the dynamite thing didn't work better.
Yeah, you blowed his freaking head off.
I loved it.
Well, we still got a few more sticks. I got one more on me, 2 more back at the joint. Maybe it would have worked better if I'd used one of the frag grenades. But those are back at the joint.
I don't know about using explosives in such a tiny space, though.
Let's not blow up the whole city we're trying to save.
That'd be nice.
All right, well, let's get to the orphanage. Tell Frank and the boys, hey, some angry vampires running around.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah. And you don't know. I guess obviously a lot was going on. Never learned anything that works especially well on vampires growing up with them. Something we should equip ourselves with.
I'll give you a rundown.
All right.
Nothing I have currently, but I have some ideas. Mostly I'd like to stop bleeding all over the floor first.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they clean these every night. It's probably more like every month.
I'm less worried about the carpet in the train and more about the amount of blood that is leaving my body.
Yeah. No, let's get you out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys reach your stop on the train and you leave to a bunch of bewildered passengers on the train watching you.
It's probably so wrecked in there.
Turn around at all of them and just blow them a kiss.
So you head over to the orphanage to meet your your new friends who are
are they gonna respect me?
Yeah, they see you all sort of bloodied and beaten up and a little charred and are I don't think they ask too many questions. You meet Frank, you met the rest of the troops. We can do a more formal introduction later on and do some stuff
Just let
there.
them know there are vampire assassins. See what they're doing to spruce up the place.
Yes. You
guys better get this place into shape.
For vampire assassins, yeah. So they do their thing. You guys can take a short rest there, but we don't have to roleplay that because it'll be eclipsed by a long rest here in a little bit. And head back to the laundry joint where down the steps there's a little bit of commotion inside. I think there's Clovis entertaining some patrons and stuff right now, and you can see sitting in the corner of the room Ashley once again waiting for all of you. A couple of probably a carafe of wine sitting in front of him, and as you all sit down on at the table,
I have at least fixed my hair and wiped all the blood off my face.
Yeah, I assume
from biting that guy.
Yeah. As you all sit down, he takes a moment, and there's a bit of awkward silence. He says, "So, how are we going to kill our mother?"
I've got a couple of ideas. But I think you owe me a bit of an explanation.
Yes, we can. I'm not really sure where to begin.
The beginning is a good place to start.
All right. Well, I suppose we need to talk about our father first, then. And that's where we'll go ahead and end our session for tonight.
What? Hold on.
Oh, dang!
All right. So we'll go ahead and call our session there. And we'll pick this up next time. So thank you everyone for watching, listening, enjoying. We will be back in 2 weeks. We won't have a session next weekend. Savannah and I are going to be traveling, so we won't be around. But I'm sure we'll have something else into place, video games, something else going on. So our next session is going to be on the 9th. And that is going to be at 5 o'clock. So Eastern time. So come check us out there. Until then, we've got some stuff coming up. We have the next session of Wild Space on the 25th. That'll be this coming Monday. Enjoy some, or come out and enjoy some Dungeon World sci-fi crime adventures. We'll then have the next episode of Cyberscape going up on Wednesday. On Thursday, the next episode of Matropony. I don't know what we're playing yet, but I never do.
I have some ideas.
Yeah, every time.
Sweet.
Let's see, between now and then the next session of Wonderworld, our Masks Teenage Superhero RPG, is going to be on the 7th, 2 days before the next Lords of Misrule. So I think that's basically it. Does anybody else have any announcements or anything else that I might have missed? No. All right. Well, thank you everyone out there, and we'll see you next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good
night, Internet.